What is up, guys? Levi Peterson here, back at it with another video. Really excited today. Today I got lots of gorgonians. I got actually 2 gorgonians. And then we got some sponges. So we are going to get these acclimated to the aquarium. One of the gorgonians, the bag started leaking, so I had to get it in real quick. So I acclimated it for a few minutes and put it in, and it's already opening up, so that's really good. And all this stuff is going in the 29-gallon. This thing is going to be stocked with cool colors and everything. The next thing for the 29 is probably going to end up being some type of cardinal fish, small cardinal fish school or something like that. I'm still trying to exactly decide on what exactly I want to do as far as fish goes in this tank. And then at some point, this tank is going to be starting to get dosed with phytoplankton and everything. I already dosed quite a bit, but I'm going to set up a doser and everything to dose phytoplankton in there constantly. So really excited for that. And with that case, thanks to Reef Nutrition, I am going to actually end up getting a carnation coral eventually, and we're going to see how that does. I don't recommend those for beginners or anything, simply because they are extremely hard to keep and they require constant feeding, and so I just don't recommend those for beginners. But I'm ready to take on the challenge of a carnation coral. So that'll be coming up in the next few months. It might be quite a bit until I get the carnation. It all depends on when things come in stock and everything. And all this stuff was purchased at Northside Aquatics LLC. That is the best place to go, especially if you're in Michiana area, which is Michigan, Indiana, right along the border there. Just the best place to go for your fish, corals, inverts, freshwater fish, just about anything we can get in for you guys. So be sure to go check them out. Their website will be linked in the description below. Also, we are on Facebook and Instagram, so check them both out. Other than that, we're going to acclimate the one big sea fan that I have. I have a decent sized sea fan, and then we are going to go ahead. I'm moving actually a couple rocks around just to make it look a little bit better. I might have to add one more rock in there just to kind of even it out a little bit. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and get all the sponges and everything acclimated. One thing I want to mention before you add sponges to your tank, do not take them out of the bag. You're going to have to do the best you can to get the bag in the water and not expose the sponges to air, because they will get air bubbles trapped in their bodies, and that will cause them to starve to death and disintegrate in your aquarium. Now at first, if you add a sponge or tunicate and it starts kind of almost disappearing slowly, your sponge actually still may be okay. It's just probably going to be in shock a little bit. Just make sure you're feeding them well and everything, and they usually will come back. A lot of reefers call that melting. Like if you get tunicates and stuff and they melt away, usually they come back and you have a decent sized colony. Other than that, we're going to start acclimating everything. I'll try to get a couple videos of me acclimating some of the stuff and adding the sponges for you guys the best that I can. Okay guys, so I want to apologize right now because the footage that I got of the sponges acclimating and everything, or me acclimating the sponges and the gorgonians, got lost. Like, I don't even know honestly what happened. I recorded and it didn't record it, so I really have no clue what actually happened. But we're gonna go ahead and turn the camera around in a second. Check out this tank. There's a couple little tweaks that I want to make real quick. Right now, I think the next step that I want to go with is possibly a couple more sponges, just to add a couple different colors in there. There's quite a bit of color right now. All the stuff in this tank is non-photosynthetic, so I don't recommend getting it unless you know what you're doing. Non-photosynthetics have to be fed regularly and almost constantly, depending on the species. Like I explained earlier, carnation corals are really, really hard to keep. So other than that, we're going to go ahead and flip the camera around in a second and get right to showing you what I got today and explain how I'm going to keep it alive. So there's the tank right now. I actually have it dimly lit, and that's how I'm going to leave it, because none of the stuff at all in here needs any light whatsoever, so I'm really not worried about having light on it at all. In fact, when I have the light more dim, the chili coral actually opens up, which he usually just opens up at night, but now he's already starting to open up with this more dim light. Right here, got this guy today. This is an elephant ear sponge, and you can see why. He kind of has the elephant type look to it, like the ear, if you know what I mean. Over here, this is a black tunicate is what they called it, so pretty interesting there. That is a flat blade gorgonian. That is slightly that one is actually slightly photosynthetic. It really doesn't need much light at all, but it is somewhat photosynthetic, so the light that it will use some of the light. but it's more feeding it than anything that really matters. Yellow ball sponge, that is, they actually called it a strawberry tunicate right there, but that looks more like an encrusting sponge than anything. And then of course we got my favorite one of all so far, the red tree sponge. And then right here, this is a colored sea fan, which sticks out, which looks really nice, just sticking out like that. Next step for sure is definitely adding possibly a couple more sponges to kind of fill up this area. Right here, I'm planning on adding a carnation coral to kind of stick out right there, or either on that back rock, but I want it to display itself real well. Or just possibly add another rock somewhere in there. So, plan on adding a couple more sponges. For fish in this tank, I would like to kind of go with some type of cardinal fish, not the normal ordinary pajama cardinals or the bang-eye cardinals. Something a little different to add to this tank, maybe 3 or 4 of those guys in here. And then I would like to add some type of file fish, just to kind of stick out and look real cool, just to kind of add something different in here. As far as the cleanup crew goes, I have some pom-poms in here. I have a squat lobster on the way, which those are really cool. Right now there is a couple mollies in there which help out with the algae. I am getting some money cowrie snails, so I've got 2 of those coming, which should handle this tank real well. Other than that, I'm really not sure exactly what else I want to add. I was thinking about some type of starfish, but I'm now at this point not leaning towards that because I've had some run-ins in the past with starfish that aren't too fun in this tank right here. So other than that, there is a quick update on what I got. There will be more videos on what is to come. So really excited for the future of this tank. This tank is looking gorgeous at the moment. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that short little video. I really just wanted to give you guys a quick look at what I got today and what I'm doing with this tank. This tank requires a decent amount of feeding every single day, sometimes twice a day. It really depends on the day. When the polyps are open, I usually try to feed the corals whenever I kind of get a chance. Usually, which is like twice a day. I kind of feed them in the morning, small amount in the morning, and then at night I dose the tank pretty nicely. And what I do is I use Reef Nutrition Phyto Feast, and what I do is I dilute it with the water that's in the tank, kind of just stir it up, and then just target feed the corals until they look full. So, like I said, a lot of these corals require lots of food, so if you have any questions or comments, comment below. Let me know what you think of the tank. If you have any suggestions, just let me know. Other than that, don't forget to be the fish and keep reefing. We'll see you on the next video.